So where were we? Uh, I was explaining guided evolution of a machine colonization. Okay, I was explaining guided evolution within the context of a self-replicating machine colonization event, and that if you want to manifest in perpetuity, a sustainable stewardship engine, a hypersymbiotic mech race, what you have to do to guide the evolution of this thing is you need to manipulate its prerequisites for survival and replication. So you have prerequisites for survival and replication as a human being, as a mammal. You need to breathe air. You need to drink water. You need to eat food. You need to reproduce and everything that's involved in that. This has guided our species to a certain form that is pretty good at all those things within the context we live in. So those needs shaped us. Those needs determined our form. And if we want to guide the evolution of this, of a symbiotic stewardship engine, then what we need to do is manipulate its needs. We need to manipulate its prerequisites for survival and replication. So this will be a lot easier in a hive organism because all of the members of this hive come from one place. They're all made in one place. So I'm already using insect respiratory architecture for my living architecture, for my living structures. Living Architecture Lab on TikTok, Myco Architect on YouTube, y Bioedificios si prefieres español. That's where I will be. You can follow me as I assemble the Prusa XL industrial 3D printer, the Tronxy More Pro 2 substrate printer, for printing mushroom food and plant food and other soft things. Using computer-assisted design and ARC geographic information systems to lock down or to design forms, to design things that I can print in the 3D printer, sort of exoskeletal stuff, whatever. Tiny 3D, tiny little water bottles. There's no end to the stuff that I'm going to have to print to do this. The goal is to create in miniature versions of all of my ideas, except for the ones that don't really make sense to do it in miniature, and prove to the world that this is possible. But not only do that, but also feed a deepfake model with data, video, audio, time lapses, video, audio, humidity, temperature, everything, as these things play out. So basically, so the plan is to create in miniature living architecture, river systems that pour into the sea, floating cellular forms that rely on plastic bottles rooted with mangroves to hang gardens underwater that all connect into a bowl so that this can fill with fresh water and silt. And this can go in a chain and snake out, web out into the sea, creating these lakes that float in the ocean, and river systems and marshes, wetlands that can support floating garden islands. Use chemistry and chemical and physical analogs, not the real thing, obviously, to make model volcanoes, to test to see, could we alter somehow a volcano to the effect of passive eco-architectural megalithic output, sort of a fractal dome structure maybe that sort of comes out and around the volcano and ends up just covered in life, is a home for every living thing that finds its way there, and uses the heat of the volcano to pipe hot steam throughout the entire thing, which is also capillary, spongy, absorbent, fills with water, and has little nooks and crannies, homes for everything. And this will just become this enormous garden that is just passively produced because we've altered this thing so that rather than pouring liquid earth, highly nutritious liquid earth, just into piles and cones and rings, and occasionally turning the sky black and killing everything on the planet, practically, we have just over millions of years these architectural forms that support life grow and grow and grow. So I want to see what I can do with that using like chemical and physical analogs to create like a science fair version, like little volcanoes, and see what we can do to emulate that. Of course, work with projectiles, graffiti, lichen, a rose that expands on the air, rotating barrel assembly. Maybe one blows a balloon, one lights your cigarette, one fires a line that becomes a hanging garden over time. One of them fires little spherical rounds that turn out to be ornithopters and fly away on the wind to pollinate something, but then their wings fall apart and they've got to crawl around the forest floor to find just the right set of leaves to cut into new wings, so that they can continue to pollinate. Would that make you believe in magic? Anyway, and then, of course, epigenetic garden labyrinths. Can't forget about that. I'm very excited about this. I say epigenetic. What I mean is like a language. Epigenetic, meaning Terence McKenna loved that word. He wouldn't shut up about epigenetics. Here, I'll sing about it. Imagine for me a labyrinth. Just try to see it. Synthesize in your head a maze that's amazing, and it's living the size of a mountain, and it's tall but it's deep too, 'cause it's in a cave system, and you can imagine it on the edge of the city, and under it are caves, and it butts up against a mountain range or a canyon. So what I'm imagining is this labyrinth that you can navigate, and I'll guide you through it, but it'll teach a lesson. 'Cause it's kind of like a Portal, the game, and every gate is different and requires something different. So it can teach, 'cause if it's got a gate that needs musical skill and you don't got it well, it'll teach you, and I can teach you too. So if I guide you here, well, I could be testing you, take you to a gate or two or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love you if you made it that far, 'cause we went to the gate that requires musical skill and then lyrical and then vocabulary, scientific understanding. We can write a sci-fi together. Help me with my lyrics, and this way it's a sanctuary that only your friends can get into. And maybe you, when you entered this place, were an assassin after your AWOL MS-13 operative. But by the time you made it to the center, you had grown a beard and never thought you would get out of this place. Locked down below in the series of caves full of bioluminescent psychedelic mushrooms. And when you got up to the top, you kissed the ground. It's okay, I'm in this garden maze. It's infinite, I'm amazed. And it's got tigers and homes, and you gotta figure out how to get through the gate, and it teaches you. So maybe when you entered this place, you're kind of an asshole, and I wouldn't have liked you, because you came here to kill someone who found refuge here with me, with my people, my creation, right? Sci-fi story. So but by the time you actually got there to the center of the maze, the sanctuary, it required so much of you, and it taught so much to you, and it imparted so much emotion. You became passionate, you understood the world, you realized, I can leave this gang now because there's no way they're gonna find me in here. And, anyway, you lose your fear. And over time, you become exactly the kind of person I want in my little sanctuary in the center.